Hi, this is your favorite Tsundoku. When I was 16, I looked up videos from polyglots and I started to get interested in language learning, but there was only one way I knew how, so I started looking for books. However, I could not find the ones I was searching for, so I opted for ordering them through sites like Amazon. When my complete French and introductory Korean arrived through the mail, I was so happy. I could finally start my language learning journey. But later that year, I got interested in psychology, so I ordered my Psychology for Dummies books, and French and Korean were not enough, and I wanted Mandarin Chinese. History also became super interesting, and then I was intrigued by philosophy. You see, the first few years, it was not that bad. I could fit all my books into one shelf, and I had a lot of time to read them. But after starting university and having part time jobs, this changed. I had more money to buy books, and believe me, I did, but I had less time to read them. And the weirdest thing is that I give batches of books away, but somehow I also end up with lots of new ones, either through discounts or for free. And that is exactly why I decided to start this channel. I like talking about books and I like reading them, but I love buying them, and hence the name Tsundoku. I hope this channel will motivate me and, well, others to read the books they buy. And in addition to that, I have school and just life in general. I am also a little bit introverted, so I do not know how frequently I'll upload or whether this is just a fad or whether I'll continue. I don't really have a long term plan. I would really just like to share the books that I have read, will read, or am reading at the moment. And now I want to start with at least a few. Firstly, I'd like to start with three books I recently bought, as you can see on the photo. One is The Map of Knowledge: How Classical Ideas Were Lost and Found, A History in Seven Cities by Violet Muller. And the second and third one are both books by Tim Marshall. One is The Power of Geography, and the other one is Prisoners of Geography: 10 Maps That Tell You Everything You Need to Know About Global Politics. Oh, and the other one was 10 Maps That Reveal the Future of Our World. Sometimes I just open a book on a random page or a random chapter and I start reading. I do not necessarily like a chronological beginning, and that's what I did with Prisoners of Geography. I know that Tim Marshall is a well known author and that his books are bestsellers, but I was very surprised by how he explained the Middle East and its inhabitants and its wars and ethnic tensions. I felt like he explained it in a non biased way, but there was a lot of information also about religion in the Middle East. So, yeah, I really want to finish this book anytime soon. It's very interesting. And when it comes to map of knowledge, I did start chronologically. However, I am still at the beginning, and the most interesting thing that I found was about Christianity's victory over paganism. Here's a citation. It's striking that, at this point, a century before the arrival of Islam, there were many more Christians in the East than in the West, with monasteries and churches throughout Syria, Persia, and Armenia. People clung to the promise of salvation. The idea that the more you suffered here on earth, the better your time would be in the afterlife was a potent shield against the desperate realities of everyday life in the 5th and 6th centuries. This doctrine was central to the success of Christianity's victory over paganism, which had traditionally championed the pursuit of happiness and denounced pain as evil. And after reading this, it became quite obvious as to why Christianity won. It was really about salvation through those people. And I understand because they lived in horrid conditions. I'll probably talk more about it if I ever finish this book. I have not read anything in The Power of Geography yet, but I am also excited. So, this was my short little video with a little backstory about myself, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you want to, or not. Bye. Oh, also another thing, I generally only read nonfiction. So if you do not like nonfiction, it might be better you do not watch my channel.